Hello, the Nigerian football fans. According to reports, FIFA have eventually deducted the 3 points of South Africa and also have awarded 3 goals against South Africa. At least they now have a 3 goal deficit in their goal difference record. Now, I think this brings South Africa down to 14 points and Nigeria on 11 points. So, South Africa and Benin Republic are level on points on 14 points apiece going into the last two fixtures for the World Cup qualifiers in that group. Now, what does this mean for Nigeria? It at least gives Nigeria a sniff of a chance. But this even makes it a bit doubly frustrating that Nigeria wasn't able to win the game in South Africa, because if Nigeria had won that game, Nigeria would have been ahead of South Africa. But at least a point within South Africa. But now you're still having to chase 3 points ahead of you. So let's see what goes into the remaining games. And Nigeria can, at best case scenario, get 17 points. Because right now you're on 11 points, you get to win the next game, you jump to 14, you win the next game, you get to 17. While South Africa can go to 17 and they can go to 20. They can go to 20. So they and Benin, I think this favors Benin more than it favors Nigeria, but it does open up room for Nigeria to qualify. Now, where things become interesting, Nigeria still have to play Benin Republic at home. So you have to go into the game versus Lesotho, to winning that game, and go into the game versus Benin Republic, winning that game as well. And then you're left with hope. But the main thing for me is actually doing your business, doing your own side of things. Because if Nigeria had done her own side of things going into this qualifying fixtures, we wouldn't have had these issues at all, right? If you're going into the South African game, you beat South Africa, then would have been clear pathway to the World Cup. Or if you had beat them at home, you would have had a clear pathway to the World Cup. But anyways, have bread to say is better than none. And from neck of the woods I am from, have bread is better than pop. But this is very good news from a Nigerian fan's perspective, and indeed for Benin Republic, because everyone seems to not really consider Benin Republic in the scheme of things, but they have been winning. I think they won the last game 4-0, so they have been winning and edging themselves ever closer to the top of the table in this group. And the way it appears right now, they may even qualify for the World Cup. What a fit that would be for General from a Nigerian coach and that Benin Republic team. Now, it begs the question, should Nigeria have let him go? Probably we're right to let him go. But for me, the main issue is right now with Eric Chell. Now you have something to motivate your team with. Now you have something to motivate your players with. Sometimes we as fans, we forget the psychological impact or psychological aspect of in football matches, because if you know you're looking at 6-7 points to chase down, it's very frustrating. But when you know you have 3 less points to worry about, and then you can just go all in and focus on yourself, I think that's a positive. That's something you can use to rally up the troops, create a siege mentality, create us against the world, us against South Africa, us against everyone, just to make sure you can rally your team up to go into those games looking to get all 3 points. And this is not even quite last chance saloon. This is more like a hope and praise saloon right now, because you're going into those games hoping that you win, and then hoping that South Africa drops points one place or the other, and then Benin Republic, their future is in your hands, and vice versa as well. So from Nigerian football fan perspective, Nigerian Super Eagles perspective, Eric Chell's perspective, you should be going into that game looking to beat Benin Republic, because if you do that, you now have the advantage slightly over them, because I think that brings you to 14 points, and then you have Lesotho to play. Now, what does this mean? Since it means there's a bit more hope, I think certain players have to be called up into this team right now. You need to get your Philippe Otele in so that he not even backup, but provides competition, healthy, obvious competition for Ademola Lookman, right? Ebenezer Kinsimiro, we heard from a grapevine that probably he will be invited to the team. But if he's invited, I don't want Eric Chell to see him as an astronaut. I need him to see him as a deep line playmaker that can, coordinate play from deep and let the team flow and let the team, really play he can control the pace of play, control the pace of the attack as well. So I need to see him in there. And Victor Osimhen, the coach, he says that he could be ready. That's the Galatasaray coach. Let's see. Hopefully, by the time the World Cup qualifying cycle comes around, he will be fit to go. Arokodare as well. No more experiments, Eric Chill. No more experiments. Don't want to see Ademola Lookman playing as a striker or some weird things. You have way too many strikers. If you want a striker that will be a bit withdrawn, right, a support striker type of thing, you've got Victor Oko Boniface. He's there. What's the point of trying to play, put round eggs in square holes, or put square pegs in round holes for whatever reason, when you don't have to? If you had an issue where Victor Boniface was injured, your main striker, Victor Osimhen, Arokodare, all injured, and then you just had to make do, then okay, maybe we get what you're trying to do. But overall, for me, get those players in. If it means getting Rafael Dorishimi in the building, you get him. Gift Orban after his first cap. I don't know why he's not been invited again, because he's been on scintillating form ever since he went to Hellas Verona. So I'll be doing more about this once we get towards the World Cup qualifiers themselves. So today we'll be doing the watch along for the Under-20 World Cup featuring Nigeria versus Norway. Let me know your score prediction, but let me know how you're feeling about this Nigerian football fans and South African fans. I would like to know what you're feeling as well. Are you still confident? Let's see how it goes. So at this point, I've come to the end of this video, and I'll see you on yet another video. Stay well, stay blessed.